What's up everyone, this is DR with OI Breakdown 101 and we will be taking a look at the Heroic Skyreach DPS Point of View Guide. This will be for ranged and melee DPS and the standard positioning will apply for you unless I've specified otherwise in this guide. And this guide is going to help you make your group a success. In Warlords of Draenor, you will want to make heavy use of any stuns and other sources of CCs that you have in your toolbox. Now sometimes your tank will be gung-ho and still have that MOP mindset and pull every mob in the pack, even the mob you have CC'd. So always have a backup stun, pushback route in place when they make sense to do so. Okay, let's get into it, shall we? Let's take out the trash. This heroic has a lot of interesting trash that can become troublesome and wipe your party. First we will touch on the highest priority targets, and that's the heals, Initiate of the Rising Sun and Herald of the Sunrise. Interrupt the flash heal this target does and try to keep it stunned as much as you can. However, if your interrupt is on cooldown when it starts to cast it again, then make use of your grips, pushbacks, and stuns at that point to slow it down until your interrupt comes back up. If a heal does go off, it's not a wipe nor the end of the world rage time. Just keep focused and push down the trash. The other thing that you need to be aware of that will kill you very fast is the Whirling Dervish cast Storm, which is hard to see cloud that will be cast over a random party member's head. If you are in this, move out of it ASAP. It only takes a few seconds to kill you, so if you are tunnel visioned and don't see this, then it's game over for you, my friend. If Whirling Dervish is in the trash pack and you notice your life dropping fast, chances are you need to move. The first boss, Ranjit, is a brilliant boss that I truly enjoy, and if you don't get hit by any of the avoidable mechanics, you will get a nice achievement. There are 3 abilities that you're going to watch out for in this encounter. The boss will throw a spinning blade out at a random party member, and when it reaches that person, it will create a spinning vortex of wind. Just make sure that you are positioned to the edges or the middle of the area, as the next ability is a large wind vortex that covers the entire platform and spins in a random direction. Just avoid these, and if you happen to see that a small vortex has been badly placed to the point that you don't feel comfortable dodging it, then pop a personal defensive cooldown and run through the large one to a safer place. And finally, the last ability targets a random party member throwing fire under their feet. Just kite away from this standard don't stand in the fire. Arachneth, the second boss, is an encounter where a lot of damage will be going out and you as a DPS will have to deal with just one mechanic. During this fight, you will stay at the sides and rear of the boss. If the tank turns the boss towards you, then just reposition. There will be 2 beams that will channel into the boss that you will want to stand in so that the boss does not gain life back. While standing in these, pop personal defensive cooldowns. If you are going to die while standing in the beam, then move out of the beam and let someone else take it for a bit and move back into it once your life is back up. Okay, Rukron, I know I just slaughtered the name of that, but this bird boss has 2 things that you will need to be aware of. One will wipe your party if you handle it wrong, and the other will kill you fast if you handle it wrong. Okay, the first thing is this boss will cast Summon Solar Flare on a random ash pile. This will release a small phoenix that will fixate on a random rage member. If it comes in melee range, it will explode more than likely, causing a wipe. Also, if you kill this ad while it is in range of the other ash pile, then it will activate the bird that is in that ash pile. Let's talk about how to easily handle this ability. Soon as this cast, find out which pile is about to be rezzed. If it is on a pile on the outside, then all DPS should switch to it and kill the bird the second it spawns. However, if it spawns from the inside row, then just one ranged DPS or one melee DPS chase it down while the fixated person kites the bird to a safe area to be killed. Killing one of these next to the inner ash pile can be a pain and can also res 2 birds, which can become problematic. Now for the last ability, which has been stolen from G-Kun in Throne of Thunder, called Quills. This will cast at a certain percent of the boss's life, and it casts just twice. Pop a personal defensive cooldown and hide behind the pillar in the middle of the room. Now just rinse and repeat until the boss drops. Finally, the last set of ads that can give you trouble, you will want to focus down the defensive construct ASAP, and make sure you finish it off when at low life, as it will channel a self-destruct. This will be a smaller version of the ad as well in this that you want to kill last that does the same thing. Stun them as much as you can and burst them down as fast as you can, and make sure to get away from party members when you have the explosion skill on you. Now you have reached the end, and if you have ever done the Lich King fight, you will see a mechanic all too familiar. High Sage Vyrix will summon 1 ad that you will want to focus down and 2 abilities that you will need to be aware of. This fight does not have high damage going out, so you will not be in danger of dying so long as you execute. When you see the boss scream, "Cast them down," you will see a fire orb head to a random party member that does not do any damage. This lets you know that in a few seconds that person will be picked up by an Arakoa and be thrown off the ledge. Yep, looks like they are Lich King fanbirds. If you are targeted with this, then just move to the back edge of the room to give yourself plenty of distance. Note that even if you're the one being carried, you can still stun, slow, DPS your carrier of doom. Also, if you are not, then just burst down the ad before they carry your buddy off the edge, even if you want to see them fall. Now the last ability is the same as the first boss, just on a little bit larger scale. If you are targeted by the beam, then kite it out of the way, as it leaves very large void zones behind. Also, the boss channels a skill called Solar Burst that can be interrupted. It's not the end of the world if this cast goes through, but it will save some damage to interrupt it when you can. That is all I have for this point of view guide. Hope it helped you. If so, give it a like, share, and subscribe to keep up with future content. Have fun, and see you again next time.